The little girl was crying in the middle of the crowded city park, her small hands trembling under the bright afternoon sun, when Rayan Qureshi felt his heart stop for a moment. Look at her tear-streaked face, and the desperate way she searched every passing stranger was enough to awaken a pain he carried silently every day. As a single father who knew too well what it meant to feel lost, and in that instant, fate quietly stepped into his life. If you believe in kindness, second chances, quiet power of good hearts, please like, comment, share and subscribe to Life Spark Stories right now. Your support keeps real, emotional stories like this alive. Rayan was an ordinary man struggling to survive in a city that never slowed down. By day, he worked as a bicycle repairman near the park, fixing broken chains and bent wheels under the open sky. Every evening, he returned to a small rented room where he raised his young son alone after losing his wife to illness years ago. Had not been gentle with him, and money was always tight, but Rayan carried himself with dignity and warmth that surprised those who took the time to notice. That afternoon, business had been slow, and the sun cast long shadows across the park paths, filled with families' laughter and movement. The lost girl stood out painfully against that joyful scene. She was no older than 6, wearing a neat light blue dress, her hair tied carefully, as if someone had prepared her lovingly that morning. Rayan approached gently, wanting to scare her, and stayed with her as she cried, refusing to leave her side. He searched the park patiently, asking nearby families, scanning faces, and holding on to hope even as minutes turned into hours. Despite his own worries about lost work and unpaid bills, he stayed, driven by something deeper than responsibility. Remembered the nights his own child cried for a mother who would never return, and he knew he could not walk away. As the sun climbed higher, anxiety spread through the park. Security staff were alerted, and concern grew that the child's family might be panicking somewhere nearby. Rayan kept the girl calm, offering her water and shade, sitting with her on a park bench beneath a leafy tree. He felt an unexpected sense of purpose, as if this moment was testing the kind of man he had become after years of quiet struggle. At last, a black luxury car rushed toward the park entrance and stopped abruptly. The air shifted. A woman stepped out, elegant yet visibly shaken, her designer clothes wrinkled with urgency and fear written clearly across her face. This was Samina Rahman, a powerful business leader known across the city, though Rayan had no idea who she was at that moment. She ran toward the park, scanning desperately, until her eyes met her daughter's. Relief collapsed her strength as she rushed forward, gratitude pouring from her expression as she realized her child was safe. She noticed Rayan then, the tired man with grease-stained hands and kind eyes, who had stayed when he had every reason not to. Hours later, as the afternoon light softened into a golden day glow, Samina returned alone to Rayan's repair spot. She had learned everything about him, not from his words, but from his quiet presence and actions. She saw a man who had nothing extra to give, yet gave everything he had. In that meeting, she did not see a poor repairman, she saw a father, a protector, and a reminder of humanity she had nearly forgotten in her world of boardrooms and numbers. What followed was not a fairy tale miracle, but something deeper. Samina helped Rayan secure better opportunities, education support for his son, and stability that allowed him to breathe again. More importantly, she restored his faith that goodness still mattered. Rayan returned home that evening under the clear daylight sky, feeling lighter, knowing that one act of compassion had changed not only a stranger's life, but his own future. Just before the ending, special request. Please comment where you are watching from and what kindness means to you. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and comment to support Life Spark Stories, because every engagement helps spread real stories of hope, humanity, and second chances.